Welcome back to another video. We are in the Halloween Cup, and today we're going to be featuring a different team. This team has some newer stuff that we're going to start with Palossand, and we have the Charjabug and Mawile. So here we have a pretty decent lead, and we're going to stay in and throw this Scorching Sand. This Rapidash ends up switching out to the Stabilize, so we're going to switch into our Mawile here running Fairy Wind. We do get the first shield, and our opponent is going to be throwing a Foul Play. Even though the Foul Play can be resisted, this Mawile is very, very fragile. So we decided to shield this, and we're going to farm up a little bit and then throw another Iron Head. They decided to let it go. And then now we're going to be faced with a Toxicroak. Unfortunately, we could not get to the Play Rough, so we're going to go back in with our Palossand, but then they switch on to the Rapidash, so we switch into our Charjabug. We tank the high horsepower, and now we're going to be able to throw this discharge at this Toxicroak. This Toxicroak is looking to farm down, but it is resisted. We're resisting these counters, so we force them to use some energy here, and then here we're just going to try to farm down with fast moves because we're resisting the counters, plus we can tank a Mud Bomb pretty easily. So GG's to our opponent right there. Next, also if you haven't realized it now, we have the Palossand and we have the Mawile pretty good against the Carbink, and then Charjabug in the back. So here we're going to stay in. We're going to throw a Scorching Sand here. The Scorching Sand goes through, forces out some Greninja action. We're going to stay in and throw these Iron Heads, because even though they're resisted, they're still going to do a pretty good amount of damage. So we decided to double shield the situation because we feel we can get to another move. We throw an optimal timing there to be able to get to this move here, force out the last shield, and we're going to force out their energy. Because now we can come with the Charjabug and we can farm it down. So some energy advantage here. Unfortunately, we have to switch into our Palossand here because we only have the Palossand to take care of this. And we're going to have to tank a Shadow Ball here, but before the next move can come through, we're going to be able to get a Charjabug back in, and then we're going to throw another X Scissor here to take out this Charjabug, and then we should be able to just ball switch this down, luckily. So GG's to our opponent right there. This Halloween Cup, since a lot of the stuff isn't as bulky, it feels all the games are pretty fast paced, but also it's also hard to tell if we can tank a move or not. So here we have a great lead. A Shadow Tyranitar. That is some spice right there. So we're gonna stay in. We're gonna throw the first Scorching Sand. We're gonna shield here because it potentially can know Crunch or Brutal Swing. And we're just gonna apply the pressure here. We're gonna go for another Scorching Sand. They decided to let it go. And let's see. Oh, they actually just quit. I guess their entire team was weak to the Palossand. Maybe they had a bunch of fighters in the back. It wouldn't make sense. Kind of Tyranitar flyers or possibly some poison types. I can see it being a dark poison in the back. So here we have a terrible lead, so we're going to switch out into the Mawile. This Mawile draws out the Toxicroak. The Toxicroak tanks the Iron Head, and so because of that, we're going to be able to shield and potentially farm down. And this is what I'm saying. Halloween Cup, the bulk is just quite not there, so sometimes you get surprised in how much damage the Storm can do. So this Mawile is going crazy. It's going to be able to get a potential Jellicent down really low, but also it did farm down that Toxicroak, so now we are met with a Umbreon back onto our Charjabug here. So far they revealed that they had Umbreon, Toxicroak, and that Jellicent. Here, we're going to be throwing this X Scissor here. The X Scissor does get shielded, and we're going to try to shield right here. I think our only play here is to try to catch a move or try to go for that extra X Scissor. Unfortunately, we do not get to it. They are able to take us out, and now we're in big trouble because we're not going to be able to throw a huge, hard-hitting move. One foul play does not quite take out the Palossand, and this Scorching Sand doesn't get the debuff either, and we are one fast move away from getting to that move. So GG's to our opponent right there. Unfortunate. Umbreon, kind of a tough situation for our team, especially up against the Palossand there. It kind of wins pretty hard. So here we have the Carbink. This Carbink is staying in for now. We're trying our best not to waste our energy, and we get switched into a Shadow Golbat. This Golbat potentially could be throwing the Shadow Ball there, so we're going to be one shielding, and we were thinking about farming it down, but unfortunately they were close to another Shadow Ball there. Especially at the health, I think we were like roughly half health. I don't know if we would have survived a Shadow Ball right there, especially into a Shadow. So we just threw the move, and then we're going to come back in with our Palossand here. We're going to throw this Scorching Sin. It does get the debuff, so we're not going to shield this one. They go for the Moonblast. And then here, our opponent tries to catch a move, but unfortunately for us, it ends up being the Toxapex. So this Toxapex here is going to be able to resist all of our moves. In hindsight, we should have stayed in versus the Toxapex with our Palossand here. Or sorry, the Palossand, excuse me. And so this is unfortunately not going to be a great situation. We aren't able to get this Toxapex low enough for a potential farm down. And then this Carbink is going to be able to throw a Rock Fight here, but even though it's inefficient, it's going to be able to fast move us down. So GG's to our opponent right there. That was definitely a misplay on our part. We should have stayed in hindsight, but the team is not bad. Give it a look and let us know if you enjoy the video.